Assalamu alaikum. Today my topic is the marketing research process. Contact method. Contact method are used to obtain the information. Contact method can be listed as mail questionnaires, telephone interviewing, personal interviewing. Sampling plan are used to outline how samples will be constituted and used. A sample is a segment of the population selected for marketing research to represent the population as a whole. Marketing researchers usually draw conclusions about large group of consumers by studying a small sample of the total consumer population. Designing a sample calls for three decisions: who is the served, what sampling unit, how many people should be served, what sampling size, and what sampling procedure. Kinds of sampling include a probability sample. Each population member has a known chances of being included in the sample, and researchers can calculate in confidence limits for sampling error. Non-probability samples sampling errors contact be measured. Research instruments. Research objectives. Literature literature review. Development of survey instruments, questionnaires, design interview outline. B side. Comprehensive researching applicable, adopting in data collection stage. Step number 3, implementing the research plan. Step number 4, interpreting and reporting the finding. Step number 5, simply manager may be based. They might tend to accept research results that show what they accepted and to reject those that they did not accept it or opt for. Thus, management and researchers must work together closely when interpreting research results, and both must share responsibility for the research process and resulting decision. A. Consumer market. B. Consumer market. Defining consumer market: all individual and household who buy or acquire goods and services for personal consumption are termed as consumer. Consumer behavior is influenced by the buyer's characteristics and by the buyer decision process. Consumer markets. Consumer buy behavior refers to the buy behavior of final consumer, individual and household who buy goods and services for personal consumption. The world consumer market consists of more than 6 billion people. At present growth rates, the world population will reach almost 8 billion people by 2025. Consumers around the world vary tremendously in age, income, education level, and tastes. B. Why to study consumer behavior? Basic object of the studying consumer behavior is that the firm needs to know who buys their product, who they buy, when and where they buy, why they buy. How they respond to marketing stimuli, because they study consumer behavior. What consumer behavior is about: consumer determine the sales of and profit of a firm that by their purchasing decision, thus the economic availability of the firm. In late 1990, US consumers were spending enough dollar bills to stretch from the earth to the sun and back, with enough left over for our 60 lines to the moon. The number C. Consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is the process through which the ultimate buyer make purchases decision. This can be defined as the processes involved then individual or groups select purchases, use or dispose of products, services, ideas or experience to satisfy a need and desire. Solomon 1996. Those actions directly involved in obtaining, consuming, and disposing of products and services, including the decision process that precede and follow those actions. Engel at law et al. Et al. 1995. Consumer behavior examines mental and emotional processes in addition to the physical activities by Vicky 1990. D. Marketing application. Consumer behavior plays important role in almost all type of decision to be made in marketing for the reason being that all functions performed in marketing revolve around the customer and consumer like. Posti- positioning. Arranging for a product to occupy a clear, distinct, and desirable place relative to competition product in the minds of target consumers. Some firms find it easy to choose their positioning strategy. For example, a firm well known for quality in certain segment will go for this position in a new segment if there are enough buyers seeking quality buy. In many cases, two or more firms will go after the same position. The positioning task consists of three steps: segmentation, product development, market development. थैंक यू सो मच। अल्लाह हाफिज़। तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़।